The weather warms up and people start going out into their garages and start cleaning out their basements. We provide a great outlet for people to sell their unwanted stuff. They bring it in and we do all the work in terms of posting it and selling it for them on eBay. They get much better prices than they will ever get at a garage sale or through Craigslist. It's a very fast process and it's a very safe process for them. We sell all sorts of types of things here, everything from antiques and collectibles to musical instruments, electronics. We'll get a lot of camera equipment and all sorts of things, really. We probably do more collectibles than anything else. We'll see everything from Precious Moments figurines, Ladros, all sorts of different types of collectibles, NASCAR collectibles, die-cast of all sorts.
When someone comes in, we typically find that we try to get the right person to match with the right customer. So one of us is better at, like Dave tends to be better at doing car parts or musical instruments. He is more adept with his knowledge in electronics, and I find that I know a lot about collectibles, antiques, dolls, and I can really assist someone in selling their items and researching them really well. Some of the most unusual things we've had, we had a stuffed armadillo. They're not furry, they're kind of scaly. It was a little bit weird, but it sold for a lot of money. And we do, gold teeth, and we've had a whole zebra pelt that was antique, and you just get kind of everything under the sun.
Well, usually when we're selling something on eBay, you have to be able to ship the item, so it has to be of a decent size. So we typically don't sell any furniture or anything like that. We also don't do a lot of clothing unless it's brand new and a designer label on it, because as items get cleaned or pressed, the size changes, and it's difficult for somebody who's definitely not in this area buying it to be able to know that it's going to fit them. So we typically don't do a lot of clothing. Somebody who has something they'd like to sell, they bring it into our store here. The first thing we do is we look it up on eBay for them and let them know what it's been selling for recently. And as long as it's going to be selling for at least $30 or more and we can ship it, we're happy to sell it for them. Then we go through the process of photoing it, listing it on eBay, handling all the communication with the prospective buyers. We collect the payment, we ship it out, and then they get a check in the mail about 2 weeks after the ship date, and they can expect to get between 50 to 60% of whatever it sells for.
We try to take photos of your item that someone who is looking online will then be able to imagine like they're turning it over in their hands. So you're taking a picture of every side of it, of any aspect that they might need to know, whether it's a model number or a scratch or a defect or a close-up to show how beautiful a doll looks in order to sell your item for the most money.
It's not a guarantee as to what the item is going to sell for, because of course we can never know exactly what it's going to sell for when we post it out there. But we're able to look up items that are very similar in nature or exactly the same that have sold within the last 2 to 4 weeks and really give them a feel for what the market is bearing for the item they're looking to sell.
Not too many people come back and are disappointed with what it sells for, because when they come in, we really research the item in front of them so that they know, is this a $50, $60 item? Is this a $150 to $200 item? Is this a $2,000 item? So they know going in what the market is really selling it for out there, so they know what to expect. And then they get to watch this sale because we send them an email to watch the auction, so they know how it's going the whole time. We've had people use us to sell vehicles, but it's not good for the average vehicle. It's going to be for a collector's car, something that's very rare someone would ship across the country or come and pick up themselves. If it's something you put on Car Soup locally, that's not really an eBay type item. It's not worth the fees.
Well, whenever you're dealing with a garage sale, no matter what you price your items at, somebody's always going to price it at a quarter, somebody's going to try to give you a dime for it. When you're dealing with Craigslist, you have people who are trying to call you to set up appointments to come to your house to look at an item, somebody who you don't know coming there. And they're, not only that, but it's still a garage sale mentality when you're dealing with Craigslist. When you're selling it on eBay, you let the bidders out there all across the world really kind of fight over the item that you're trying to sell and pay a top dollar for. So there's no haggling involved with it.